On the Cow-Calf Corner, we have talked about the importance of protein, energy, minerals for cattle, but arguably, perhaps the most important ingredient that cattle need is water, especially with the hot summer times that we have here in Oklahoma. A lot of different factors go into the water requirement of beef cattle, but for planning purposes, we have to boil this down to some pretty simple rules of thumb so that we can plan to make sure that there's enough water that's going to be available in waterers or in tanks that we might put out for a large number of cattle out in a pasture. The University of Georgia Extension Specialists have done an excellent job of boiling this all down in one of their fact sheets and give us some rules of thumb to remember for the water requirements for beef cattle in the summertime. And they basically said this is what they're going to need on the average if the temperature is going to be 90 degrees or above during the daytime, which of course means most of summer here in Oklahoma. For dry cows, let's say those cows that are going to calve this fall, they need 1 gallon per 100 pounds of body weight in that situation, that 90-degree day in the summertime. If the cow is a spring calving cow, one that has a calf at side, then you need to double that to 2 gallons per 100 pounds of body weight. So let's use the example of 1,200-pound cows. That means if it's a dry cow, then she's going to need about 12 gallons of water per day. If it's a lactating cow, about 24 gallons of water per day here in the summertime. Bulls, of course, would be about the same as that dry cow. So if you have that 1-ton bull out there, you want to remember he needs about 20 gallons of water per head per day. Younger stock, it's a little bit different situation. It depends so much upon what their diet is. If it's a real dry diet, say dry hay and grain, then they need about that 2 gallons per 100 pounds of body weight. So if you've got, say, 600-pound stockers out there in a pen that's consuming a dry feed, they're going to need about 12 gallons of water per day. On the other side of the coin, let's say you have those same size stockers out on wheat pasture in the springtime when it's cool and that wheat pasture is lush, has very high moisture, and their water requirements are about half that, or only about 6 gallons per head per day. But I think if you'll remember that 1 gallon per 100 pounds of body weight for dry cows, 2 gallons of water per 100 pounds for that lactating cow, that'll go a long ways towards helping you plan your water needs during the summertime. And if you'd like to learn a little more about water requirements and water quality, I'm going to make a link in the show links for SunUp to that Georgia Extension fact sheet. I think it's a really well written fact sheet that gives you a lot of really understandable details about water requirements for beef cattle. So go to the SunUp website, that's sunup.okstate.edu, look under show links, and we'll have the link for that fact sheet there. Hey, we look forward to visiting with you again next week on SunUp's Cow-Calf Corner.